Hello, Tube Buddies. I am Andrew Can, and I'm excited to be live with you, helping you be prepared for YouTube in 2021 and beyond. So today we're going to be answering some YouTube-based questions, some TubeBuddy-based questions, and I'm overall excited to be going live here with you today. So I see a couple of people have joined early. We have Paul Peck, we have Lilytree, we have Doc Rock. I see it's Tom. So I see we have a good little audience growing here beforehand. But everything we're going to be discussing today will be present for YouTube now and hopefully in 2021. So let me know, everyone, where you are watching. I see Dan Castro says, Mr. Can, thanks for all you do, brother. Well, thank you for the kind words. So to start right off, I got a question a little bit earlier, and I think, it's very important to kind of focus on it just to make sure that we can help answer some of the questions because it's important. So this comes from Hamid and Wadword Review Cars, and they're saying, I'm curious to know how TubeBuddy helps with creating thumbnails, cards, and end screens. And this is a very good question, and I wanted to jump right in to the value we're going to be giving today. I'm really excited to see more questions like this to really just kind of focus on how TubeBuddy can do this for you. So to start right out of the gate, how we can help you create thumbnails, I'm going to share my screen so we can get a start pretty much bright and early here on everything that TubeBuddy can do. So as you can see right here, you can see my screen. So one of the ways that TubeBuddy can help you with thumbnails to start at the very beginning of this question is when you go to the videos page, you can, this is a great example. We have one coming soon, a video. You guys are getting a behind the scenes picture. You can click right here, hover over here and go to the thumbnail generator where you can create a thumbnail using TubeBuddy from this video. So let's say that there's a frame I'm very enjoying. We're just going to pretend this is the frame, but to be honest, I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but anytime I try to find a single frame from a video, I always have the most derpy face. So this is no exception. So from here, we're going to say this is the face we want to, use. So here we can add more. We can add other images. We can add things, we can edit it. So we give you a thumbnail generator that can help you immediately with thumbnails in the creation process. And we also offer things such as A/B testing. However, it is important to know that A/B testing does require legend, but that's kind of what you can do in the creating thumbnails department. We also have our legend level feature Clickmagnet, so that kind of helps on the thumbnail side. I see Success is the Goal says hello. Kiki On says hello. So we're seeing a bunch of people. I see Beanie Draws. I see Andy HHHDX. I'm seeing a lot of different people. Love this tool. I am paying content. So yeah, pretty cool to see. So the next thing you asked was about cards and end screen. So we have a couple of different ways we can help there. If you click on bulk and miscellaneous tools, I actually might zoom in just a little bit so this is a little more readable. You can see some of the different card tools we have. So we have card templates. You can copy cards across all your videos. So let's say this video right here, I wanted to copy end screens from another video. I can choose to search my videos. I can have templates through TubeBuddy. So this is just how it works for both cards and end screens. So the same system for end screens works with cards. So let's say I really like the cards or the end screen I have here. I can continue. It'll load this video end screen. I can review it. It has a URL. It has the link to install TubeBuddy. So I can see this. I'm going to choose my, last 50, but we could potentially add this card or thumbnail to our last 50 videos. And, you can continue. You can skip videos that already have end screens. So it just gives you more control. So hopefully Hamid and Wadude Reviews Cars, that helps answer your question. So I see from Ann Villa Vlog says, hopefully someone can help me too. That's what we are here to do, answer questions and hopefully help you. So that is kind of what we're doing. What are some future features that TubeBuddy has on the roadmap? I love this question. This one comes from, it's Tom. And what are some features that TubeBuddy has on the roadmap to help creators growing? So we just released our Clickmagnet, which is a legend level feature. However, we have a free feature on the horizon that's going to be helping you find that best time to publish. It's going to work in conjunction, actually, with a YouTube stat that YouTube put out more recently. So I'll actually, once again, share my screen. And you can see, if you go to your YouTube analytics, if you want to know how to get there, you can click on your TubeBuddy drop-down menu, go to analytics, and it'll load up your analytics page. Go to audience. So once again, YouTube, analytics, audience. And we're going to be, working on the best time to publish. YouTube already has this, but as we do here at TubeBuddy, we plan to make our ours a little bit more useful, a little bit more engaging, and a little easier to understand. That's something we always try to do. It will be a free feature, so I really appreciate that question. That feature was going to be very helpful in 2021 and beyond, because you want to make sure that you know the best time to publish for your audience. A lot of times people they post whenever they want, but YouTube is now giving us more data. They're letting us make informed decisions based around when our audience is on, so it really does help a lot. Now, one thing I do want to mention throughout the stream is we may have some special guests, or it may just be you and I. We'll see as the stream goes on, but it's actually very useful, especially. I see from Farmstead Smith, they say, good morning, Andrew. Good morning. Another cool feature that we have at TubeBuddy, it's not exactly a TubeBuddy feature. It's created by the folks here at TubeBuddy. So if I go over here, we can go to a channelreviews.com. This is a feature created from us at TubeBuddy. Know your channel to grow your channel. So here you can see a lot of the cool things. You can see what it's in a review. You get a channel review, and it's built by us, the team here at TubeBuddy. So this is something newer that's coming out from us. Hopefully that helps, show some things. This really gives you an idea of, hey, I want to really do right in 2021 by my channel. What can I do to improve? So this gives you an opportunity, and this is a cool opportunity for members. Now, if you are a TubeBuddy user, you get discounts. We always try to do our best. So it's tubebuddy.com/perks. So I'll make sure to link this in the chat so you guys can get access to it. So from here, you'll go to services and training, channel reviews. You can get 60% off a channelreviews.com channel review. So hopefully that helps out, show some of the cool things we've been working on, some of the things that can help you moving forward. So I made sure to link that in the chat. It is right here. I'll make sure in the streams, once it's done, you can get a link there. So there we go. I see from Doc Rock, they say channel reviews is so amazing. Thank you, Doc Rock. I see from Swish Willie and Disney, my analytics don't show when your viewers are on YouTube like yours. At the time of this stream, hopefully in 2021, it'll be changed. I believe that is still an optional rollout, so that is something that YouTube is working on. Classic YouTube, they don't really give an end date. However, it is very useful. Hopefully by the time in 2021, everyone will have access to it. But I know more and more channels are getting access to it. I have a question. What is a tool called bulk and miscellaneous tools? So as I kind of showed earlier, what that does is it gives you access to our bulk processing tools. That means you can copy those cards, those end screens. You can bulk update your descriptions across all videos. So it's really just helpful in doing those bulk processing things. Those do require a star level of TubeBuddy. However, they're very useful to do things like edit your descriptions in bulk. Maybe you have a new affiliate link you want to add, but to add them to all of your videos could take hours to days. That's just one of the things it can do. I see Shelly Saves the Day is here in the chat. And you know what? I wanted to give a shout out to Shelly, who created this fun little animation. Well, the comment is kind of blocking it, but that is provided to you by Shelly Saves the Day. So, yeah. She said, hey, Beanie. But yeah, that little fun, gosh, I forget it's flipped. This little fun animation here is from Shelly Saves the Day. The next thing I want to do is look at some more questions. And so far, can we monetize after adding Google Voice? I don't necessarily understand this question. You can monetize when you hit the YouTube partnership requirements from YouTube, which are 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. I'm not sure what adding Google Voice would do. Maybe if you have a Google Voice number, it can help you verify your account, but I'm not too sure on that question per se. How do you deal with copyright song? Which songs we should use? So we kind of tend to focus on, if you don't have the rights to the song, don't use it. Especially there's a lot of gray area. YouTube used to have a area that helped. I know they've since removed that. Basically, if you want to be able to use a copyrighted song, make sure you have the licensing. One of the cool things, and apparently I'm focusing on the TubeBuddy member perks today, but you know what? Let's focus on it, because it really is cool, is we have Licked, what lets you use music from real artists, real music claims for free for YouTube. So you can get one-term use music licenses for your YouTube video. Now, if you don't have the license to use a song, what we're kind of seeing with Twitch at the time of this stream is that DMCA, that the copyright can hit you at any time. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So we usually say if you don't have the rights to a song, don't use it. As you can see here, we have different member perks. You can get amazing music as a member perk of TubeBuddy for free with Audio Hero. You get 250,000 premium royalty-free music tracks and sound effects. Really great value. And yeah, so again, if you don't own the song, we generally recommend trying not to use it. So this is a great question. It comes from Snore Racer. Can we bulk respond to comments? Currently, YouTube will not let us do that. We do have some comment features, so I do want to quickly show that off. So if you're unaware, we have canned responses, which lets you have a saved canned reply. Now, this can be very useful for a multitude of reasons. So why don't we go back here? We're going to click on the TubeBuddy drop-down menu, our bread and butter, how we navigate YouTube. As you can see, I totally prepared that. So all you have to do is hit the TubeBuddy drop-down menu. Under Website Tools, you can go to Canned Responses here. Now, canned responses are available for free users. You get one canned response for free users, but they are very powerful. If there's a question you get a lot, if there's something that you constantly get, you can make canned responses. Now, as I quickly make sure we're using my correct account, we're friends, everyone, but you know, there's some things we like to keep private. So as I log into TubeBuddy on the back end here, we're going to show off these canned responses. So while we can't necessarily, you know, reply to stuff in bulk, we can use canned responses, which are kind of a happy medium. So we have canned responses for like, glad we can help. Thank you so much. A lot of people are like, hey, I need help, or they need support. So we have canned responses. It customizes it. There are things you can do where like people get confused. How does the Keyword Explorer score work? So we have a canned response that links to the video. And because we have this canned response, we can put it here. You know, we can add to it. So that is one of the things. So EFO Key is saying, please tell us it's true that YouTube monetization will... I have not heard any rumors. Again, there's always rumors on monetization changes. What I will say is currently, at the time of this stream, it's still those 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. Any rumors you hear until YouTube confirms or denies them, I would just keep aware, but I wouldn't be anxious. YouTube is usually super good on communicating. Again, the higher they make the requirements, technically the less money they make. They need those requirements to keep things safe, to keep YouTube going, but ultimately they want more monetized creators because in the long run, they earn more money. Beanie says, I loved canned responses. Canned with a K, I appreciate that. Great for quick links for common questions. Exactly, which is kind of how we use them at TubeBuddy. Again, we try to, you know, we'll use these, but we add to them, right? So like, like you're welcome. We're glad, we're happy, we're able to help. So if it's a comment on maybe bulk canned response, you know, not bulk canned responses. Let's say someone asked, hey, we're happy we're able to help. We're not able to do bulk canned responses, but we still have canned responses. So don't forget to show your love and smash. Thank you there, Starbuck Jeff and Coins. Don't forget to show your love and smash the thumb. Great information here. Thank you for all you do for us. Thank you all for watching. I think it's super important that we have these open discussions, and canned responses are great, especially moving forward in 2021. You want to make sure. Again, I see this constantly. People are not replying to comments, even still to this day. It's one of the easiest things you can do. The thing I love about canned responses, and again, you can use this on the free version, is you can auto have their name be filled in. So it's just going that extra step. Think of it this way. Hey, you, or hey, using your name. That your name, adding that extra detail goes that extra mile. So it's really important. And right now, Paul says the YouTube Music Library, which is a great resource for free YouTube music. So we'll go ahead and get us there. So to get to the YouTube Music Library, it is right now, it has changed kind of where it is. You can get there through Studio. So if you're unaware, YouTube does have their free audio music library. You can go to the YouTube dashboard. Under customization, you can go to audio library, and this will give you free music that you can use. It also shows you the classic version, but like most things in YouTube, they are trying to get rid of that. But yeah, this is a great resource. To get there, you can go to TubeBuddy dropdown, click dashboard as such. It'll take you to YouTube dashboard, then go to audio library. So that's just a quick and easy way to get music. Again, we tend to use music in our videos, but I'm curious, do you guys use music in your YouTube videos? Please let us know either live or in those comments. Again, one of the perks of TubeBuddy is those member perks of music. So if there's any music source that you're using, maybe you'd like to see added, please let us know. So as we keep on going, I see from Farmstead Smith, any efficient way to see replies to my comment replies. I have a hard time keeping up with them as I have to go to each video to find them. Am I doing it the hard way? You might be. Now, here's the thing on comments, right? YouTube right now, if we go to comments, has a bunch of filters. They can say I haven't responded to, but we also have filters here from us at TubeBuddy. So you can put from the TubeBuddy comment filters, which I will show on screen. To get here, once again, click on the TubeBuddy drop-down menu, make your way to comments, and this is a quick and easy way. So from here, you can choose comments that have replies which need to be followed up on. So what this will do is it's going to show us results as it's loading, and it will show us comments that, hey, people have replied to, people have interacted with past our first initial interaction. So this is just an easier way. So what we're doing here right now is we are searching for comments in which have a follow-up, and so that it will show you quickly and easily using TubeBuddy's comment filters, which again is free. There are some limits, but it's mostly free. So this is just a great example. You can see what it's doing. It's finding information and replies that we haven't. So to answer your question, Farmstead Smith, there is an easier way to follow up with people. And that is, again, we talked about the importance of replying to comments. Now, it's loading most. So here you can see where we've replied. Some of them it's pulling maybe a little inaccurate, but that's probably just because some of these we haven't replied to. So here you can see a majority of have follow-ups that we need to. So here we can reply to all these comments. Most of these, in fact, majority, I think it was just a couple that slipped through the crack. I'll actually send this to the devs. You know, we're not perfect, but this is an easier way that you can reply to. Yeah, so here from Jasmine, yes, it was help. I do a video, you guys help me get to 1,600 from 460. Thank you. God bless you. I'm not a stalker, but I follow you on every social media platform. Well, Jasmine, if you happen to be watching this replay, there you go. So this is just an easier way that you can reply to those kind of comments, and it can save you a bunch of times. You know, a lot of times people forget, hey, I replied to that person. Did I ever follow up? And then we're not perfect on it either. So there you go. And Beanie is correct. The older your channel, the more comments you have to filter. So what is YouTube Music Library guidelines to use music in? As it said, as I showed on screen, it has on top a quick link to how you can use their stuff. So just to quickly go back, we'll click Audio Library. As you can see here, YouTube is really good on it. You know, learn more, got it. You can click the learn more to learn what their terms and conditions are. So to answer your question, yours DF, it's right here. So the next question we have is from Presto. What's an effective way to improve your audience retention? I've scrapped my intro and my videos are straight to the point and still only hitting 50 to 60%. What's a good percentage? Question. Well, first off, the best audience retention we can get is obviously 100% or higher. That can happen. But I always tell people aim for 50% or higher, because if you can get people watching 50% of your video, that's pretty impressive. So what I would say, there are a lot of things you can do to help people watch more of your content, get that retention higher. One of the easiest things you can do, and you know, I used to be on the fence about this. I'm not sure how helpful these are, but YouTube chapters actually can help with that retention, especially for tutorial-based content or news and informational-based content. You'd be surprised how many people click back or click forward to get where they want to go, but they'll watch a lot of it. At first, we were afraid they would hurt creators, but as with the more and more data we keep seeing, they can really help creators. They can help you get featured on Google's featured snippets. There's a lot of power in them. In fact, one of my favorite examples I like to give people is, you may know that the Elgato Cam Link 4K is a great way to stream from DSLR like I am doing. So one of my favorite examples for a featured snippet is, oh, look at here. This is because I have timestamps. Look at how Google is using these to help pull this featured snippet, which is YouTube and Google trying to give the best results to people searching. So my tutorial shows up right away. So an effective percentage is 50% or higher. Honestly, as you get higher and higher, the more people that watch, the lower that can go, because again, you're having mass amounts of eyeballs. If you're hitting that 50 to 60% mark, that's pretty good. What I would say to keep doing is see where the drop-offs are happening. Is that consistent? because the reason retention matters so much is watch time is a huge factor in what YouTube counts as successful content. So we also have a TubeBuddy feature for this. You can go back to this TubeBuddy drop-down menu. Under website tools, and this, keep in mind, this does require legend, but hey, you know what? I'm feeling pretty generous. Let's do two things here. So we're going to put the link to the free trial on screen, and we're going to use Andrew's Buddy for 25% off any license. So here you go, putting this on screen for you. This lets you see and analyze the retention for your channel and when people tend to drop off. Now, we can do this for uploads, we can do this for live streams, and we can refresh the data. I want to make sure our data is the most up-to-date, but this lets you know the drop-off points. This lets you know how you're doing. And so that's just an example of how you can really understand this retention data. You can really see, hey, how long are people watching? How many people make it halfway through to my videos? Depending the videos, we have a really good chance. A lot of times we'll see people making it all the way to an end screen in a video. That's powerful. It shows you how many people make it to the end, the actual end of a video. So this does a really good job in showing you how many people can make to a certain point. So the next question comes from yours, DF Agriculture and other. So they're asking, hey, can I use TubeBuddy on the on the Android platform? Absolutely. So I'm not sure how well you can see this, but actually you can see it pretty well. Trying to do this mirrored is hard. We have the TubeBuddy Mobile App, and you can see all of the stuff it features. You can see all of the different metrics. You can see it updating in real time. You can see all these things and how they work together. So it really does a good job. It just updated there for us, 466K. It's loading our videos. It's giving us an idea of how it is working. So we do have an Android app. It is completely usable. It is free to download. So yeah, and if you have paid TubeBuddy, you get it monthly for free. So it's included. So hopefully that helps you there. So I see this from Saeed Amen. If there's any bugs on TubeBuddy, please reach out to support. So it's tubebuddy.com/support. They can help you a lot more than we can help you, obviously, in a live stream. So this goes to anyone who needs it. And as I can see, Ike is also saying the same thing. If you're experiencing bug, please report it to support@tubebuddy.com. Just join. This is very helpful. Well, thank you, Punky Darrow. So doing my best to just make sure we're giving some things. Another thing I would say, especially when it comes to what you should look at in 2020, and this kind of actually, or 2021, I should say, is keep an eye out for a beloved TubeBuddy feature, which gives you your year in context. That's all the hint. If you've been around for a while, you may know this feature. It's a free feature. Comes back yearly. In fact, I should probably remind our team, hey, it's coming back. So yeah. So this is a great question. May I have a link to the tutorial on how best to use the TubeBuddy mobile app? So because we are always trying new things, it is on our Instagram page. So it is through Instagram. You can see how to use the TubeBuddy mobile app. The reason is there is because most of our mobile users also tend to be on Instagram. So I will make sure to put a link to that series in the description down below. Remember, if you guys have any questions, to be asking with #question as we keep loading in. So yeah. We're just kind of keeping moving on. Also, before I forget, I know Ike's not going to like this. Happy birthday to our moderator, Ike. Let's get some happy birthdays in the chat. Whoop, whoop. Sorry, Ike had to do it to him. So again, yours, DF Agriculture, another. That's a YouTube-based question. You're asking why lifetime earnings cutting on my channel. Please answer me. That's more of a YouTube-based question. You can ask YouTube on Twitter. You can ask them through support methods on YouTube, but there's not much we can answer on that. We don't really dive too much into the AdSense. But hey, here's actually a free feature maybe not a lot of people here are aware of. If you're wanting to make sure, hey, are all my videos monetized? We actually have, if you go to the videos section here, one of our bulk and miscellaneous tools, which was asked about earlier, is the monetization double check. We go through and let you know, hey, are there any videos that have limited or no ads? We double check for you. If you want to make sure you're earning the most possible in 2021, run this double check. You'd be surprised. A lot of people have come and said, I had no idea some of my videos were demonetized. So again, to get there, you can click on this TubeBuddy dropdown, go to videos, on the videos page, click on bulk and miscellaneous, and you can go to demonetization double check, a free feature. Now, obviously, we have none that are, hitting this. We tend to be pretty safe here at TubeBuddy, but it is a great feature, especially if you want to make sure you're earning the most possible. Happy birthday. Greg's VR says discount double check. Maybe just a little, but we're getting a bunch of happy birthdays. So this is actually a really good question. Swish Willie and Disney says, who should I reach out to if I've been waiting for Audio Hero access approval through the TubeBuddy link for over a month? The best people to reach out to are probably either our support or Audio Hero support. Please do not hesitate to reach out. It's very important. Stanley Orchard says you're old, but I think I saw a question there. This question comes from Aquadomia Formation. So sorry if I'm pronouncing that. My French channel, despite translated videos and English videos, doesn't succeed in the US. How can I improve my US audience? So if you are, it depends. You said they're translated videos. Are you doing translations? Do they just have tags? Or does it just have subtitles on screen? It depends how you're doing the translation. What we tend to find is that one of the best things when it comes to channels, and this is something we're going to be showing off pretty soon here on TubeBuddy, we have some stuff in the pipeline that I'm excited for, is that if you're speaking French, for example, again, a little more context can go a long way. It goes down to what are you doing in those videos in terms of, is it audio? Is it just on-screen captions? How are you doing the translations? Then, like anything, are you targeting search? Are you targeting that suggested? And that depends on how well it will perform. Because going forward, you need to know, hey, tags matter a lot, especially when it comes to search-based optimization. But, if all you're trying to do is be compelling, you should still add them, but some people may not add them. Again, it really depends what you're trying to do. I see from Peter T. This is a great question. Do you have a best practice section in TubeBuddy? Absolutely, we do. So this goes for new and older uploads. So this is going to show you on an upload that actually we have not optimized it yet. Just so you are aware, we do our best, but just making sure it gets approved before we spend a lot of time optimizing. It's called our best practice checklist. So in order to get here, you can click on best practice settings. It's through our launchpad. It shows you all the things. You can add your own, right? So let's say there's something you want a reminder for. You can add text. You can say, hey, make sure that this is happening. Make sure that I am doing X. So this is a best practice checklist, and you can add your own personalized stuff to it. So some things that I've seen added to it are, hey, maybe I remind myself to share this on Instagram or make a YouTube story about this video. There are things you can add to it. So how Camo add second channel to my subscription, Tim Yon? So I'm thinking what you're trying to ask is how can you add a second channel to your subscription? So that is, again, a support-related question, which I'm sure I can help you out there. 256 watching. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Hopefully you are all finding this helpful. Just answering some general YouTube and TubeBuddy-based questions, and hopefully you guys can see how all these tools, a lot what we're showing, like the best practice checklists there, are free and can help you moving forward. Again, we have over 30 free tools when it comes to TubeBuddy, so we do our best to make sure we're offering value for that. So we have from Real Entertainment News. I run a celebrity news YouTube channel and I deal with current events day to day. How do you create a title but still have great keywords that have data? I love this question because this is if you have day to day content, this is where trends can really come into play, right? So this comes into how do you come up with titles? How do you do this moving forward? And this is where, you can do this with the free version of TubeBuddy. Again, I keep saying that because a lot of people don't know how much you get with the free version. So we're going to go to my channel page really quick as I load this. I know my screen is not being shared yet. Do not fret. We are working on it. So here we are going to quickly go over to this. Now, Real Entertainment News. One of the things you can do is right from our Keyword Explorer. So we're going to click on this TubeBuddy drop-down menu. Under Extension Tools, go to the Keyword Explorer. One of the cool things that we have is right here, our trends. We're showing you, hey, what is trending? If you're talking about celebrity news, I mean, there's a lot of celebrities that tend to trend here. You can see Spencer Davis. whose band helped power the sound. You can see Snoop Dogg is trending, Emma Roberts. So you're talking about celebrities. We show you trends and things that are trending now. So this is great for you to know. But then how do you craft that into a title? Well, what is Emma Roberts trending for, right? Blocked her mom on Instagram. So if you want to talk about that, that's something you could do. You can talk about other people here too that are trending, right? So Leslie Stahl is trending. You could talk about that. You could talk about the Miami Dolphins coach. That could be argued as celebrity. And then you can see why are they trending. Then you base your video around that. So once you have someone you want to talk about, you can go deeper. So obviously, let's say, AOC she just went on Twitch. 700,000 people went to Twitch. So let's see what people are looking for AOC. So they're looking for Among Us. Right now, the search volume is excellent for AOC. Let's talk about Among Us. If you want to do it, let's see what people are looking for. The search volume is fair, but people are interested in this. So now we know that people are looking for AOC. They're looking for her Among Us stream. And again, not to keep this political, but she is in the limelight. That is a quick and easy way that you can see, hey, here's the interest. Here's what's trending. Again, if you're day-to-day, that especially looking at those trends can help you because there's interest. It keeps the audience engaged. And other channels can do that too. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. So I see here from Leonidas, hopefully I'm pronouncing that, new TubeBuddy user, appreciate the tips and tricks as they help greatly in increasing search hit and views. That's awesome to hear. And that's, again, what we aim to do. One question I know people have asked me is, do you think search is still going to be important for 2021 and beyond? Absolutely. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. It is going to be important. It is important, especially when it comes to that. So you want to make sure that you are focusing on those search. And I'm so happy that we here were able to help you get more views and search. So right here from Michael Nidor, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Is it possible to build a channel from 0 to 100 with TubeBuddy without external traffic? Absolutely. Focus on what the YouTube platform needs. If you create search-based content at the start, you know who your target audience is. It's 100% possible to go from 0 to 100 subscribers without any external traffic. Now, that external traffic helps a lot because YouTube likes when you bring people in, but you can definitely do it natively just on the platform. So I really like that question. It's very, very possible to do. Ooh, this one from Matrix is, how does Clickmagnet work on our videos and thumbnails? Please explain. Love this question. So this is about our legend level feature Clickmagnet. Again, earlier in this video and in the stream, we had a link to get a TubeBuddy free trial. If the mods could be so kind to put that in, we can show a little bit of Clickmagnet. I think that would be some fun for some people. So like most things, click on this TubeBuddy drop-down menu. We're going to go to extension tools. And right here is our Clickmagnet. So how Clickmagnet works on our videos and thumbnails. Clickmagnet is a brand new feature. So it is in beta at the moment of this stream. Hopefully when you watch it, it will be out. But again, the question was around Clickmagnet. So Clickmagnet analyzes your videos and gives you a lot of powerful information. It lets you know, hey, which thumbnails are doing the best? Why are they doing well? Do thumbnails with faces or without faces on them? It's more than just thumbnails. It does things such as power rankings. So it can tell you which videos do best in what traffic source. So let's say, because we're a search-based channel here too, buddy, we want to know which videos do best in YouTube search. Well, this is showing us which videos do best. And it breaks down why. Well, why is this video number one? Well, it's got a 22% click-through rate, which is really high. It has 14 days worth of watch time, and it gets good clicks. So it's very high. So it is TubeBuddy safe. All of these videos are doing very well. But then as we go, we can see that some of these videos have areas they can improve. They have good watch time, good clicks, but they just need some improvements. So one of the ways it shows you is, hey, these videos are doing the best in search, and some of these videos down here are doing worse. But let's say you're focusing on knowing which videos are best for suggested. Well, one of our best suggested videos is 3 reasons you're not getting YouTube views and how TubeBuddy can help. This is a very useful video. You can see we link to the video. You can see the data. So this is just letting you know, hey, these are the videos that perform best in either search, suggested, or browse. So it's very useful, especially some people don't want to create search-based content. They just want to see what's working in suggested. This lets you see it. This also lets you see what works on the browse homepage. And if you notice, what I tend to find personally is that a lot of times suggested and browse line up, but again, search can lead to suggested and browse. So Clickmagnet is super useful in showing you what's working. I talked about how it can analyze your thumbnails. One of the questions we had earlier was, how can TubeBuddy help with thumbnails? The reason this matters so much is it's good to know, hey, which thumbnails do better? Does my face or no face do better? Now, obviously, as the TubeBuddy, we use faces because we did a lot of tests early on that found when we have a face in it, it does better for us. Now, we might test this again. Again, one thing I always say is always be testing. Always get data, because that's a good, important metric to use, and it gives you an idea of guidance. So I'm seeing here from Hope Everyone Is Okay, why rank tags keep changing. Do we do channel reviews is a question. We do channel reviews. We'll have that in the stream title if it's a channel review stream. However, this is not a channel review stream. If you check the pinned stream comment, though, you can get into our Discord where we do something called Feedback Friday, where you can call in and ask questions about your channel while getting reviewed in 5-minute intervals. So with that, we can also, going back to Clickmagnet, we show you which emotions do well. Happy emotions seem to do well, but calm emotions for us seem to do a little bit better. We don't usually do any other emotions. Sometimes it has a little hard time reading. One thing to keep in mind is that this is using Amazon image recognition. So if you notice anything is wrong in Clickmagnet, please submit feedback. It helps us make it better, and there's a lot more we can do. We can also let you know, hey, does having a close-up shot of our face do better? Which tend to do the best? It also says, hey, which thumbnails do better? Text in the thumbnail or no text? So here's a great example. This thumbnail has no text. This thumbnail has text, and it gives you an idea which one does better. We also recognize which words in the titles tend to get more clicks in general. So for us, anything that has views, thumbnails, more, earn. So we usually use the combination of earn more views. They tend to have more clicks. So again, Clickmagnet helps you turn your videos that aren't performing well into Clickmagnets by giving you opportunities, such as CTR opportunities. It says, hey, this video does very well, but its click-through rate is bad. So maybe we should do an A/B test to try to get this more, get this more people clicking and watching. Because one of the things, and this is something that even us at TubeBuddy still struggle on, is that if you're going forward in 2021, understand that doing well, having ranked tags, helps you show up in YouTube search. It helps you get, discovered, but it's up to your thumbnail and your title to convince people to click on that video and watch it. TubeBuddy can help you show up, but it's up to your video to get people to click through. So we have some more questions. One question we have is, why are the ranking results in Keyword Explorer mostly varying from ranking in YouTube search? Sometimes I don't rank in Keyword Explorer, but I do rank good on YouTube. We tend not to give you rankings in the Keyword Explorer, especially when you're doing the research beforehand. So I guess I'm a little confused on what you mean. So basically, when using the Keyword Explorer, go back to TubeBuddy dropdown, Keyword Explorer. Let's just say we're talking about the brand new Hummer. We don't tend to give you where you will rank in search. We give you an idea of the performance and score. So I guess I'm a little bit confused. You say, why are the ranking results in Keyword Explorer is mostly varying from ranking in? So the results we have here, these are just what is currently ranking. Another question I could have for you every Gamma is, are you using incognito mode results to take away your personal bias? Sometimes YouTube, and a lot of times YouTube gives you personal biased results. So you want to make sure you're using that incognito mode so you're not getting those biased results. I see from Doc Rock saying Feedback Friday is where the party is at. I see from Shara Wilcox, this has been such a game changer for me. Thank you so much. Happy to help. And again, please keep asking your questions. I don't know if we're going to have any special guests. I did invite some people, but I've been enjoying just this intimate one-on-one with all of you watching. And thank you for watching. TubeBuddy's close to hitting 500,000 subscribers here. So I wanted to say thank you everyone who has been helping us there. I love this question. The weekly wrap-up. Is there a certain percentage of the view audience retention that is required before your videos become suggested? No, a lot of times people are like, if I can just hit this ideal percentile, YouTube will start suggesting me. Obviously, you want your view percentage to be as high as possible, because when people watch more of your content, when they watch longer, it can help that. The reason that there is no percentage is because if one person watches your video all the way through, that would be 100% watch percentage. So does that mean YouTube sends every video with one view out to be suggested? No. YouTube says the way they suggest content, it's actually, we cover this in our latest YouTube video actually, and I'll put a link in the chat, is they base it on what viewers have already watched on YouTube. So this is kind of how they do it. So we put a link here. This can really help you. Is they suggest content based on what viewers are watching. So if you are creating content, right? We create, let's say I'm a Star Wars fan, right? I have the child here, me and the child. But let's say I want to talk about The Mandalorian. Season 2 is coming out. YouTube knows that, hey, viewers interested in Mandalorian may like this piece of content. But it depends how many people from your core audience, your subscribers, watch it from the gate. Is it getting people to watch a long period of time on it? If yes and yes, YouTube will try sending it out, seeing how it does. But YouTube's not going to just give one video with one view and it has 100% watch and retention to the masses, because hey, it only had one person. So it's not just that if I hit a percentage, they'll send it out. It's what is the topic? Are there viewers interested in this? And will your video, you the creator, keep people watching YouTube? So I see from Saeed Aman, Discord link, please. So we do have a TubeBuddy Discord. Glad you say that. You can get it two places. It should be in the live chat pin, or once again, I keep saying we go with this TubeBuddy drop-down menu. So under the TubeBuddy drop-down menu, under community, you can see the link to our Discord server and our community forums. Both are very useful. I help run them with people like Ike. Happy birthday. Just keep reminding Ike. But yeah, there's definitely some places you can go for that. So that is how you do it. I'll make sure to drop the Discord link here in the chat. So that is a great place for that Feedback Friday, as I mentioned. Actually, you know what? Just in case you're unaware of how Discord can help, why don't we show this, right? Now, Ike might be like, oh God, Andrew, why? I see from Doc Rock, this is the way. Absolutely. The child and I agree. This is actually a really, really cute little thing my girlfriend got me. So thanks, Tiff, if you ever watch this stream, which I know you won't. So once you are, on Discord, I'll go ahead and show off our TubeBuddy Discord. It's actually super useful. One of the things we recommend, like most people do, is all you got to do. A lot of people are confused on our Discord, and it's super simple. In the rules, we show you where you can go to say things. So think of it like live chat, like you're doing here. If you've never used Discord, if you have, I'm so sorry, but there are people who haven't. So you can chat in general, where you can meet other TubeBuddy users. So we can say, for example, hello here. Say hi to the TB stream. So anyone who is chatting there can see it. But the rules, which show everything, show you how you can, where you can talk about anything off topic. You can ask questions about YouTube and TubeBuddy. You can get help with your video SEO and SEO help, where you can see we are discussing and giving help here. But a lot of people want to join our Feedback Friday. So we have our instructions here. Keep in mind, you need to accept our rules and you need to read them. But it explains how Feedback Friday works, and it gives you the opportunity. Again, Feedback Friday is great because you can call in and ask questions about your YouTube channel. Question, will there be something super changing like COPPA that happened in January 2020 happen in 2021? I cannot predict the future, but hopefully no. All I can say is hopefully not. I mean, 2020 has been a game-changing year in multitudes of ways, COPPA being one of them. Hopefully we don't have anything like that, but it is not my place to say, So hopefully no, but I can't say yes or no. So we are asking from Michael, what is the best TubeBuddy subscription for a starting channel and why? I love this. If you're just starting out, the free version has over 30 free tools. I recommend the free version for a lot of people, especially if you just want to give it a shot. So you can go to tubebuddy.com, and it's just go /free, and it shows you all the tools you get with the free version of TubeBuddy. It gives you breakdowns of everything you can do, and it gives you an idea of everything you get for free. If you want to try some of the, paid versions, if you're newer, I would say go pro. It's very affordable in the fact that you can get discounts, especially if you have less than certain amounts of subscribers. There is a video that shows you everything you get. It gives you a bunch of access to tools, and you get member perks. So you get the mobile app for free. You get access to royalty-free music. You get discounts. You get things like Roberto Blake's starter kit. So if you need help with thumbnails, there's a lot you get. And if you go to our pricing page, what you'll notice is that we have discounts. If you pay yearly, immediately you get 20% off. If you, add more, there's more for you. There's a lot of discounts available. I even gave a great discount earlier. So Pro would be, if you're starting and you want to use TubeBuddy in that way, I'd recommend Pro because it's a great all-around general thing you can use within TubeBuddy that gives you a lot of benefit. And if you're just trying to get your toe wet, your toes wet in TubeBuddy, it's a great place to start. I love Pro. I used TubeBuddy before I worked here. I know some people would be like, there's no way Andrew didn't always work here, but yeah. Just don't break Andrew Can's Discord like I did during Feedback Friday. No, I won't give you that credit for him, Stead Smith. I just want Discord to be a little bit more reliable, but we do have a new time for Feedback Friday. I see from Greenbox, yo, long time no see. Good to see you. Been a bit. So yeah, just some of those questions. Well, I don't know about this one. NMR origami tutorials. Why are you so amazing? I just do my best to help, and I appreciate the very, very kind words. Hopefully this is helping a lot of people seeing what they should focus on in 2021, how TubeBuddy can help, because again, that's the idea. If you have more questions, please keep them coming. We have time, and I would love to answer them. I see one here from Toby Northern. When do you plan on hosting Paul Licht again? If he would be interested in coming back, I don't see why not. He was a lot of fun to have on. He had some really great insights on how the music industry has worked as someone who has been in the music industry. If you're unaware of who Toby is talking about, we had Paul, the CEO of Licht, that company I mentioned earlier that lets you license copyrighted music for your YouTube videos. So right here, Andrew, I'm pro member of TubeBuddy, but I don't see it at all on YouTube. How can I change this? Machine Gun Kelly 11, I'd recommend reaching out to support because obviously I don't know what you're seeing. It's very difficult for me to give you help. So please reach out to them, support. They can give you the guidance you seek. I'd also say, what browser are you on? Currently, I know some people are still using Safari, and unfortunately, due to some changes Apple made, we don't support Safari. We want to eventually someday. Again, but as YouTube makes changes, so do other things. And is there, we promised guests as we go on, and I think we have one. We have someone who needs no introduction, but I will do my best. It is Shelly Saves the Day, who is saving my day by joining me live. Shelly,
I don't want you to be by yourself. I mean, you were holding it down, but I want you to feel like you're loved. You are loved. Hey.
Well, thank you, Shelly. It's great to see you.
You too. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. And happy
I'm
birthday.
losing track of days.
Oh, same.
Happy birthday, Ike.
Me, I'm like, it's Wednesday already?
Yeah, same. Totally same. Hey, everyone. If you have questions, I'm super excited. I want to talk. Yes.
I think I can throw this one to you. I think you have opinions, and this is from NMR Origami Tutorials. And it is, what is more important, descriptions of a video or tags?
Well, I would say it depends on where in the description you're talking about as well, because usually they're looking at the first couple hundred characters. So not saying that tags aren't important, because it's still a combination of all of them between your tags, thumbnail, title, it's just description. So I would say it's all kind of part of the package, but I would focus more so on, no, I don't even want to, I would just say do the whole thing. Just because it's best practice.
Yeah. It's like, if you're trying to be fit, should I only work on my legs? It's like, well, you want to overall round,
exactly.
You don't want to be round, but you understand, you want to round out your fitness techniques.
Round is a shape, it is for some people. So, that's what I'm saying. It's so hard. It's like picking your favorite child or your favorite vegetable or whatever it is. You got to have all of them.
We're getting some Shelly love here in the chat.
Oh, hey, everyone.
Aloha, Shelly.
Aloha. I like that.
So one thing, and this is an interesting question. This comes from Brianna West. Is it possible to bring traffic from Facebook? I'm assuming they mean to YouTube. What are your thoughts on this, Shelly?
Yeah. Definitely. I think you can bring traffic from anywhere. I mean, especially anywhere that you're active. It could be Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr. And that's what I love about, I mean, especially if you think about how TubeBuddy even gives you that share to Twitter tracker. And it's like one of the few where you actually get a clickable thumbnail instead of just having to do the cheat where you post the link and it gives you a truncated square, which isn't great because you worked all that time to make a beautiful thumbnail. You might as well actually have a beautiful one to click on. So absolutely, YouTube will actually tell you where your traffic sources are coming from. So if they're external sites, if you have a really big following on Facebook, yeah, leverage it. Try and get them over there.
Yeah, and one of the things that we've noticed to work really well for us at TubeBuddy is just sharing either a snippet from the video or even the thumbnail and then link it in the comments. You'd be surprised because you're not immediately linking people off, but then you're bringing them over to YouTube, which YouTube loves because anyone likes when you bring new people onto a platform.
When you start sessions, they love that. And, definitely you don't want to piss off the platforms that you're already on. So if you can create native content for that, whether it's a beautiful photo, whether it's, like a 30-second teaser, or, if it's a top 5 of something and you give the top 1 and you say, hey, for a few more, check out the full video here on my YouTube channel or whatever. Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have another question, not about YouTube, but what is your favorite color, Shelly?
Purple.
What? The purple lights in the background never gave it away from me.
Purple. My superheroes, purple. Purple.
Red and blue because they're TubeBuddy colors. Thank you,
those are good
TubeBuddy.
colors.
So here's an interesting question. If my subscribers use a VPN to watch YouTube videos, does it affect my YouTube monetization or not? Whether YouTube will consider me a culprit or not? What are your thoughts on VPN and monetization there?
Well, it's interesting because I think about it sometimes also from the terms like, like D. Niman. He's stuck in Mexico right now, but he's also like doing a lot of the time when he's at home, he's in Thailand. And so, especially if you're in like this whole TikTok thing where in some countries maybe, so it's an interesting debate because especially people who are in Netflix or something would know that I want to see all these videos or movies from a different area. So VPN might be a way to achieve that. You would think that they would be smart enough to know exactly where it's coming from. But if it is through a VPN, that's a hard question. I would say it treats it as wherever you put the location as. So especially for someone like D, if he's in Mexico or he was in Thailand and he's like, I want to stop seeing all of the TikToks that are that are based out of like a particular country because I want to get more into the US based thing. But even I wondered if he had a VPN, if that would still do that, or if it was off of phone number and ping location from where he actually is. So I'm not one of those cybersecurity sleuths who could tell you all the stuff, but it's an interesting thing to think about. Yeah, it's a non-answer, but it's an answer.
I agree. I think that where I stand from is like, in terms of affecting your monetization, like if you get an ad or not, it really just depends with the ad, how much that person is paying. If you're using a VPN and you're not getting ads, then obviously that will affect your monetization, but that shouldn't affect it like massively, especially since a lot of people are using VPNs. A lot of people use them. So you should be fine. It mostly determines on if they get an ad, how much that advertiser was paying on your videos, more so than I think the user using a VPN.
Yeah.
Next question we have is from Adam's Exploits, which said, not a TubeBuddy question, but is there a workaround for the 1 hour, really 30-minute live stream notification that YouTube doesn't have available in the advanced tab anymore? So I believe you're asking about when they send it out. Currently, no, not to my knowledge, but maybe you have something, Shelly?
No, not to my knowledge.
You gotta love YouTube. We've made changes. Us. Yay! I feel like that's most creators. So the next question we have is from same question again. My apologies. I use your SEO studio to optimize my last 25 videos. I still get plenty of comments saying, so weird, I've never seen your channel. I'm not getting suggested. What else should I look at? So this is from Uptight Curls by Amanda. They're trying to get into suggested. They're focusing on the SEO. What do you think they should do, Shelly, to help get them more into suggested traffic?
Well, just because you use a couple tags or something, or a whole bunch of tags, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get into suggested, because suggested is driven by user behavior on YouTube. So the best thing that you can do sometimes is to almost train your audiences on either, if you look at videos that are suggesting yours, or like videos that people are watching right before they get to yours, if you can almost like start to do things like building playlists where that video is in a playlist with your video. If you can link to like your video, or have it in the description of like similar content, because you want to have people start being trained to go from like one video to another, because then YouTube sees that behavior and says, oh, that's weird. Every time they see this video, then they also go to this video, and they start seeing that as a trend. And they're like, maybe if we do some testing as well ourselves, and we put this video ahead of or next to this video, people will actually start to click it. And if that actually becomes true, then they want to do it more often, because the whole point of YouTube is for them to keep suggesting videos and people keep going to the next one, because what they don't want is for people to leave the platform. So it becomes a lot of that. So it's tougher to go after suggested sometimes versus search, but it's because you have to train the behavior. So whether that's including those playlists, or, like going after some of those same types of topics, keyword suggestions, if you can kind of ride that when the trending stuff is happening, then you would have a higher chance of being suggested.
For sure. And I think that's very well said, because one thing I think people need to remember is that you're the best shepherd of your own content, meaning that if you can give people a way to flow through your content, that's powerful. SEO is helping people who are new to you find you. So SEO can lead to suggested, but it's getting them to watch one video. And once they're in, it's up to you to be like, hey, here's some more on this topic, or here's a playlist. If you like what you're seeing so far, check it out. So SEO helps you get discovered. But it's if your viewers watch more content that helps you get suggested, kind of as what you were saying there, Shelly.
Yeah.
And with that, we have some more questions here. We're getting a lot of good questions today, and I'm really appreciate it. So this is actually a very simple question. Again, from NMR Origami Tutorials. Can we watch our videos before monetization? I never got a proper answer of this question.
Yes.
So yeah, of course you can.
Yes. Like,
you should
if
be
you don't want to
able
watch your videos, I don't know why anyone else is going to want to.
For sure. You should know. If I always say that I watch my own video before it even goes live on the platform, just to make sure there are no mistakes. I mean, I think
that happens.
All of a sudden the word "your" doesn't look like a real word anymore, especially with 3 variations.
Or there's weird things where sometimes you put in titles and they're fine in your editing program, and you export it and you see it on YouTube, and like half the titles are missing. Totally happened before. So you want to be the first person to watch it back. You want to be the first person to like it, and hopefully the first person to leave a comment, especially if you schedule it. I always use TubeBuddy to schedule, publish, and leave a comment on it.
Thank you. I'm glad you're using it. And another thing,
I do. I think it's great, because otherwise I always have it on private, and then I used to schedule it, but you can't schedule the first comment. You can only do that if you use it through TubeBuddy. So that's an additional perk where you want to use that, because you want to be the first person on there to leave a comment. Be like, hey, if you like this one, check this one for that suggested, or say like, hey, what's your favorite color, or whatever, something that generates some sort of conversation and gets people to keep commenting. You want to be the first person to leave a comment on it. So.
Exactly. And again, by pinning that comment, going back to what Amanda was asking, you are helping your viewers go through, and you can help yourself be more suggested. Again, you're giving people places to go.
Yep. You can link your next video. You can link a playlist. You can link whatever you want to. Or like I just had like my e-course come out. Like I pin that as the comment on each of my new videos that are coming out. So hopefully like anyone who comes to that new video, if they don't know, then they see that.
Exactly. And it's exposure. Speaking of exposure, one of the things YouTube cares about is click-through rates, right? They show your thumbnail, people need to click on it. Question here is, what is a good click-through rate?
2 to 10% is average. If you're above 10%, you're doing really, really well. But don't be surprised that the more impressions that you get, the lower your click rate goes, just because it just happens to be that way.
Yeah, I agree with Shelly there. Again, 2 to 10% is average, so anything above is good. But one thing to keep in mind is impressions. I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of people are like, well, I have 100% click-through rate. And then I see it, and it's one impression.
It got shown to 5 people or something.
One,
yeah.
I've seen it be shown to one person. I'm like, that's great.
Yeah.
One person who happened to be shown it clicked through. But if you only have one impression but 100% click-through rate, that's not good. It's the amount of impressions and how many people click through that really matters. So as Shelly said, and as YouTube says, 2 to 10% is average. try to be above 10%. Which is easy to say, hard to do.
Yeah, it's hard to do. It's hard to do. But you can
Yeah.
actually go into your YouTube studio and sort by click-through rate from, a descending order, and then take a look at those and see if there's any commonalities. I know that Mr. B spoke about that when we were at Vid Summit, and he was talking about, there's an entire spreadsheet that they did around faces, no faces, and that's actually a really good one through like the Clickmagnet and all of that kind of information, because there's even a section in there that talks about your viewers like a close-in shot or a far-away shot, or they like text or no text, or ones where you look happy or not as happy. So that's really good. And then the channel review stuff. If you guys haven't checked that out yet and you're on a paid level of TubeBuddy, it's only $19 right now. You should check it out because there's tons of data in there. It's so good to look at.
Exactly. And, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was going to say it too. There are different click-through rate percentages. So if you're a search-based channel and you have a click-through rate of 15%, that's fantastic. Your overall click-through rate might be lower, and maybe that's something you can work on if you want to get an overall click-through rate. But also pay attention, if you made a video that's targeting search and it's doing well there, consider that a win. A lot of people don't break it down further, and they just see that generalized click-through rate. So this question comes from Web Learner. How can we use discussion sections? I'm assuming you're talking about the Discord. All you have to do is read the rules and accept what is there. Shelly's there. I'm there.
I am.
A lot of people here are in the Discord, so it's very, very useful.
Mm-hmm.
This question comes from the Explorer. Is StreamYard free? Yes, they absolutely have a free version. They have a free
version. Yep. And then they have upgrades as well.
Speaking some of the cool things you can do, again, want to shout out Shelly for this amazing animation. You can do things like that.
I know. It doesn't make me happy. I put a woo earlier when you saw it. And I have a whole bunch of them. If you guys didn't know, if you search them out, you can even search them in Instagram, because they're on my Giphy account. And I don't know if you guys know this, there's been over 1 million views on the different ones that I've created.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I have a whole library. There's 8 or 10 of them. You can go put them on any of your Instagram stories, or put them on your StreamYard or whatever.
So this is a really common question from Faded Boy here. How do I get people to watch my videos longer? I wanted to know, Shelly, do you have any tips on how people can get people watching longer?
Well, people have to have a reason to watch your videos longer. So it's really going to depend, because there's average view duration, right? And then there's minutes. So which one are you really trying to drive? Because if you have that 5-minute video and what you're really trying to get is people to watch all 5 minutes, versus you made a 20-minute video and you want people to watch, instead of 5 minutes, you want them to watch 6 minutes. So it's which one are you really going after? But the thing is, a lot of the has to do sometimes with the type of content that you make. So if you have hero content, which is going to be more a big climax at the end of whatever it is that you're promising at the beginning with the title and the thumbnail, you are going to see that trajectory is actually going to stay until the very end. If it's more of a how-to and based tutorial, you may find off that it dips in the middle of it, because of the fact that by the time you get to what it is that you're teaching, you may have additional points that you're talking about. The person who's coming to the video only cares about what they came for. So it also depends on the type of video that you're making, but usually it's going to be, you have to be entertaining. You can't ramble off into all sorts of weird things, and you have to stay on target. You can actually buy more time and have more personality once people actually get to know you and like you. But especially if you're a how-to or YouTube tutorial channel, then you really just have to get into the meat of it, stay with it, and stay till the very end. So.
Exactly.
And also not tell people that your video is ending. That's a big thing. Is you don't want to be surprised that the video is ending and then point them to another one, because you want them to keep going through and clicking like the Netflix binge.
Exactly. You never want to be and that's it for this video. I had a great Tuesday today. It's Wednesday, but you know what? I'm enjoying this cup. And look at this cup, Shelly, isn't it? And it's Shelly's get to the point.
Get to the point. And especially if it's a 5-point video, and then you're and the last point, and you're at minute 4 of a 10-minute video. I'm oh, either this is the longest point in history, or you're going to say something and then drone on for a really long time. So I'm out at minute 5. So it just depends on delivery.
It really does. And I think it's different per channels, as you said, tutorial and how-to content really need to get to the meat. But let's say you're doing something that is a step-by-step breakdown. Well, then each step can be that meat. It really depends. And that's also, if you're trying to get people to watch longer, you'd be surprised. Chapters, as I mentioned a little earlier.
Yeah, chapters are great.
They can get people to rewatch, which helps a lot, especially when YouTube is looking at that. So if you have that and they're able to repeat a step, that's important. So there's a lot you can do. My best advice, kind of going on what Shelly would say, is, don't end the video too early. I see that constantly. Another thing I see happen is people take forever to get to, and it's No one wants to feel like their time is wasted. I don't think you've ever left a video. Maybe I'm wrong, Shelly, but I don't think you've ever went, thankfully, I wasted my time.
Did you hear that?
I did.
That's thunder. Oh no, my dog is going to be freaked. Oh no, his ears are shaking. He does not deal well with that. Oh no, I feel so bad.
We also have advice here from Betty. Give them a reason to keep watching every minute. Meaning, is the first minute as meaningful or as important as the last? Does the intro need to be as long?
No. Your intro never needs to be that long.
I try to hook them right at the beginning and keep them going throughout.
Oh, here's the little one. She's a little scared too. Okay, it's okay. Oh no.
It's all right.
Sorry.
You're here with friends. No, it's fine.
It's okay.
Well, Good Girls Guide says, let's see the dog. Well, there you go.
Well, this is the little one. Oh, where's the bigger one? Oh no, he's shaking. Let me see if I can get him. Oh, poor dude. Come here, buddy. Come here. Oh. Come here.
While Shelly is doing that, I want to focus on this next question.
Oh,
So
Mr.
cute.
Cooper. He's shaking. I don't know if you see. It's okay. Sorry, guys.
I also see he's a Seahawks fan.
Yes, he is.
This next question I think is a really good question. It comes from Queen. Question: what is the minimum Keyword Explorer color you want? That's actually a really good question. I'm glad you're focusing a little bit more on the colors. So I always use the analogy that this is a lot like a traffic light, right? So red means to stop, and in terms of keyword research, it means you should consider another color. But I usually say you want yellow to green because there are two drivers. You see, I may play it safe at yellow lights, but Shelly, she might see a yellow and go, it's time to hit 150. And she books it through a yellow. And, you know, I played it safe, so I didn't take a risk. But Shelly could hit that yellow, make it to her destination on time, whereas we might be going to the same job interview and I'm late. So, but here's the thing. Shelly runs that yellow and a cop sees it and is like, nope, that was a red, pulls her over. She took a risk that didn't work. So what I say is, how are you as a creator? Does it make sense for you to try risks? So I say go for the yellow to green. However,
First of all, I just also have to say I'm always early. That would never be me. So.
Shelly's like, how dare you? I would never run a
yellow.
How dare
you imply? Never.
But let us know. What do you do at yellow lights? Do you stay or do you run them? We know the truth.
I stay.
I slow down, but you know, when it cocomes to YouTube videos, sometimes I feel the need to go for speed,
for YouTube
apparently.
videos, sometimes I still book it.
You're like, you know what? I could make this yellow.
Living on the edge. Rebel.
Pretty much. So this is actually another good question. NMR Origami Tutorials asking some really good questions. Are YouTube Shorts useful for small channels? I'm curious what you think about the YouTube Shorts platform, Shelly.
I think it's interesting. I think it's a harder, it's easier to introduce people to Shorts, especially if they're coming from an arena like TikTok or Instagram stories or something like that, because it's really easy to get into it. They're already filming vertical. They don't have this pressure to go over a minute. And one thing that I see for a lot of long-term, like people who make really long form content or people who make hour-long videos like a Shane Dawson documentary style, they're not going to want to necessarily dabble always with Shorts because until they actually separate out the metrics, it will mess with your average view duration and all of your analytics and metrics that way. But I think it's still interesting because it also allows people to be an experiment with a lot of content they may not have usually and give them a lot more freedom to try it. I've tried it just because I think it's fun to experiment with new things. And I'll be curious to see what the features look like once it's out of India and into our marketplace and what the in-app editor is actually going to look like. But if you guys didn't know, you can also experiment with it now as long as you upload a vertical video. It's under 60 seconds. Use the hashtag. Actually, it's not even required now that you use the hashtag Shorts in the title and description. But they did mention that they are scanning and looking for those particular types of things to put on the shelf for Shorts and stories. Yeah, why not play around with it?
I always say if there's something new, it's always worth testing. Hey, maybe you do very well on that platform. Maybe it's something you enjoy more. You never know until you try. Now, for now, what I'm seeing is a lot of people are making short-specific channels. Maybe that's something you do just to try to not hurt your current main channel. Again, there's a lot of different ways you can focus on it. So I think that I would give it a try if it's something that you think is going to be useful. But for a small channel, what I would say is more important is really focusing on the content you want your audience to know you for, deliver on that promise, and keep creating. I don't think it's like, one thing I would hate to see is like you have a really focus on origami and you're like, you know what, I'm going to do shorts on how to find the best mugs to drink coffee. I'm like, I'm here for origami. I'm not sure about the coffee mug thing. So make sure that if you do those shorts, it makes sense. So like if you're doing like hyperlapses of your origami, that could do potentially very well. So give it a shot.
Yeah. Now, do keep in mind that they did say you cannot monetize shorts and you can't use them for your 4,000 hours to get into the YPP. But other than that, it's still really fun to experiment for a lot of people.
Yeah. And that could just be for now. Again, we're hoping on 2021, a lot of things. We're hoping. So we have a question here from Toby. Can you explain how YouTube live stream view time is calculated versus views to posted content? So YouTube actually says that the way they do it is they average based on how many people are there. So right now we have had at least 180 people throughout the stream. So thank you everyone for watching. So basically YouTube would average out how long the amount of people there have watched, and it's calculated as close as they can to real time. Again, you'll get the most up-to-date metrics, as they say, in 48 hours, but that's currently how they're trying to do it. They may have released more information from that, again, very simplified way of explaining. That's like explaining, how do you build a rocket? Well, I can give you the simple version. We don't have time for the complex version. So hopefully that oversimplification gives you some ideas. Anything to add, Shelly?
Not on that one.
Oh, I love
And
this.
I will say that YouTube live streams can be, actually, I guess I do have something. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Oh, you're shaking. YouTube live streams can be also a very good way for you to get watch time if you are trying to get towards your monetization. In fact, a friend of mine, Viper, he has a second, channel where he did a whole bunch of live streams and interviews, because live streams tend to be longer, and a lot of the people who are already there with you in the comment section tend to stay longer, especially if you're trying to build up your watch time. It might not be a bad idea for you to explore doing live streams. It can help.
And I think Demicat Gaming is asking how beneficial is streaming to getting more subscribers. I think that was a great use case. Again, one thing I would say is if you're trying to earn new subscribers, similar to how you do any video, come in with a very good topic. Again, this stream's a great example. We focused on 2021. More people are going to start wanting to grow YouTube in the future. So we were like, hey, people are interested in this now. How can we help them? Do the same thing for your gaming, which I'm assuming because you have gaming in the name. What games do you want to stream? How can you help those people watching live? What is that benefit? Why should they subscribe? Similar to how you have for normal videos, you need to think for your stream. And when you do that, it can be beneficial to getting more subscribers. But it can also help you in watch hours and things like that, as Shelly mentioned.
I find a lot of the time live streams are really good for nurturing the community that you already have, because of that real-time interaction, because you're commenting with people and getting to know them and like responding to people, that it really will build and create that community feeling that you want to keep on your channel.
Speaking of, community and feel, I need a dog so bad, Shelly. You just reminded me why I need a dog.
He never lets me hold him. He's always very like standoffish, like a little kitty cat. But I think he's just because he's so scared because of that thunder.
Ooh. Questions about computers says quickfire answers to questions. All right, if we can get some, definitely.
Lightning round. Oh, don't say that. Don't say it. Don't say it.
I don't think he's afraid of the lightning.
I don't think it's the lightning. I think it's the thunder. Yeah. I once got him one of those little thunder jackets. It's like a little sweatshirt that is supposed to like give him a hug almost, and he didn't like that either. But
so, we're doing lightning round. I have a channel on gaming, but I want to broaden it slightly. Gaming/content creation. Is it recommended to split the channel or in playlist or stay away from it? Ooh.
The other one is mad about the lightning.
Strong opinions for the dogs. I would say that the content creation and gaming may not always line up 1-to-1. If I want to watch a gameplay from you, I may not necessarily care about the content creation. So I'd say split them. What do you think, Shelly?
I would say unless you can find a way to weave the two together in a very coherent type of way, split them.
This next one from Tim Yance. Is there such a thing as too many tags on your YouTube channel? You want to take this one, Shelly?
Well, there's a thing as too many characters. So because you can't save it after 500 characters, I would say as many are relevant and actually targeted on what your video is about. Don't just like tag random weird things, things that make no sense and things that have nothing to do with the video, because that's actually considered a violation technically with like tag stuffing, and same if you do it in your description box, but actually relevant keywords and tags in your, and then you have 500 characters. So it's okay.
The next question is, I've been on YouTube for more than a year now, and why has my channel been recommended to other users? If your channel's getting recommended, it's probably because users have watched your content and they enjoyed it. So YouTube is pushing it out to people that have watched and have watched along for your content. So if people are trying, if YouTube is suggesting it, it's probably because viewers have watched and said that they've enjoyed it.
Switching.
Ooh, this one I'll give to you is, how can one get more impressions on an uploaded video on YouTube?
Well, sometimes you got to do it for yourself. You got to drive more people to the platform. And, you know, you can do things like you can also take advantage of your end cards or your info thing. So if you can actually get that at the end of your video and say, go click this video, that is an impression. And there's an actual click-through rate on end screens as well. So definitely they're counting that. So if there is a video that makes sense to be the next one in it and you're trying to drive more traffic to it, tell people you want them to go click on that video, you know, put it as a card, put it as in the eye, put it down in your description box and put it as a comment. That way, again, you're training YouTube and the behavior of your audience that this is the next video in the series that you want them to watch.
Sounds good to me. Next one here is from Priceless, saying, using TubeBuddy for a long time helps with tags, keywords, etc. You know what else we help with? Growing your YouTube channel, and that's why you should subscribe today. Subscribe to Shelly. She will be linked in the description down below. Thank you all so much for watching, Shelly. Thank you for joining, and I hope you all have a great day.